Welcome to the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio. We've got a fast-paced hour of fishing, hunting, and conservation covering the nation and the Northwest, including 13 extra minutes of local content you'll only hear on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
It's the last Saturday of 2018, and we've got some great guests for you today, to include Dwayne England, the former co-host of Northwest Wild Country here on 950 KJR. He'll be back with us again at the end of the show with some more suggestions on where to go fishing in the new year for winter steelhead, and he's going to make an appearance on our network of 60 stations mid-show too to give us his take about orca whales. We'll also talk to Aaron Peterson one more time about how the goose hunting's been going in the North Sound. From the Facebook page post, it looks like it's been going really good, and we're going to ask Aaron what kind of ammo he likes to use to bring down those snow geese. But first, it's time to tell you what's hot and what's not, brought to you by your Puget Sound area Sportsman's Warehouse stores, which have a new website. Check out their mobile-friendly website at sportsmans.com. That's sportsmans.com for Sportsman's Warehouse. We start off with some sad news as we close out the new year. Ollie Damon's, that iconic tackle shop, known for being able to repair just about any rod, reel, downrigger, lantern, or air gun out there, they're closing their doors at the end of today in Portland, Oregon. It's really like losing a piece of your childhood. I mean, I know that I went there. My father went there. All of my dad's friends went there. It was the place to go if you had something broken and it had to do with fishing or hunting or air guns. And it's just a shame that they couldn't survive with their business model into the 21st century. On a brighter note, WDFW stocked a few trout lakes in western Washington just before Christmas, including Beaver Lake in King County, which got 900 rainbows averaging over 2 pounds each. Carlisle Lake in Lewis County got a small plant of 125 very big trout. And Mineral Lake in Lewis County, since the 12th, has had close to 1,000 nice-sized rainbows stocked in it. Staying in southwest Washington, the Cowlitz and Lewis Rivers still aren't producing winter steelhead in any decent numbers, but if you're willing to make a trip to the Wilson River near Tillamook, things are beginning to pick up. That's the word from the guide's forecast, which reports this stream was producing fair catches of steelhead, mainly 6 to 7 pounders, taken on bait and soft beads before high water put a crimp on the fishing last week. Checking in with NorthwestFishReports.com, I found an interesting report from the Green River where poster Black Star Fishing said he went out on the 16th for a walk and wade trip to Flaming Geyser State Park. Fishing with a fly rod, he didn't connect with any steelhead in the Green River, but did catch a couple of resident cutthroat trout, which, in my opinion, makes for a fine outing. And heading over the Cascades to the Columbia Basin, the folks at Mardon Resort say the trout are on the bite there too off of Medicare Beach at Potholes Reservoir. Bank anglers are soaking power bait or a marshmallow egg combo, while boaters are trolling Max wedding ring spinners tipped with a worm. As for hunting, a decent push of northern ducks moved in the area last week, which equated to several hunters bringing limits of mallards into the store. As for the goose hunting, outstanding. One group of 12 shooters got their 48 bird limit by 10 a.m. Not bad at all. Contact the resort for more info about fishing hunting, to include guided hunting. And if you're looking for a place to stay or eat or visit or looking for guides, check out MosesLake360.com. And with that, you've now heard our final report of 2018 about what's hot and what's not here in the Pacific Northwest.
That's your first local shot of the outdoors. Now let's see what's going on across the nation.
If you are an angler, you won't want to miss the fly fishing show taking place at Western Washington's Linwood Convention Center, February 16th and 17th. If you're a beginner, head to the Learning Center for basic fly casting and tying lessons, or hone your skills through seminars, casting demos, fly tying presentations, and one-on-one time with a pro. Top it all off with the Film Festival on Friday night, and you've got the 2 best fishing days you'll find that aren't next to a stream. It's the Fly Fishing Show, February 16th and 17th at the Linwood Convention Center.
Ready for more local fishing and hunting? You got it. It's the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio, right here on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
All right, we tried to get a hold of Aaron Peterson, but apparently he's been pretty busy with hunting and with Christmas activities. So we are bringing out of our archives a great conversation. We're catching up with Tiffany Haugen. She's that wonderful outdoors cook. She's here with Cook with Cabela's. She's putting on seminars, and one of the seminars has to do with making something that looks incredibly tasty, venison fajitas. Tell me more.
Awesome. Yes, these venison fajitas, they can actually be used with venison, duck, goose will be great in these, but really easy. You can make your own rub up if you want to, your own fajita rub, or you can buy a packaged fajita rub. And basically, I'm just going to take the venison, slice it really thinly, and that way you'll be able to absorb all those great spices. If you've got a piece of meat that's a little bit tough or gamey, you can actually let it sit in the rub overnight, or you can just put the rub on and be ready to cook. And of course, you want to slice up your onions, slice up some bell peppers, make it really colorful. Those are the makings of some good fajitas. The spice rub has quite a few ingredients in it, but all these flavors really layer in there and make for a great dish. You can prepare it ahead of time. A lot of time I'll make this in big batches, so it'll be ready anytime. I could take it camping, just keep it in the cupboard. But that has chili powder, cumin, salt, black pepper, oregano, paprika, granulated garlic, and if you want to make it hot, put some cayenne pepper in there.
Let's talk about actually cooking this, especially in the field. How do you go about it? And particularly important, how long do you cook this?
All right, this is going to be one of those hot and fast recipes. So you're going to have dinner ready in 10 minutes. So you can use several different things. I use a Camp Chef propane stove, and then they have a griddle attachment that goes right on that. So you can prepare those on a cast iron griddle. You can use those on your own griddle. These can also be prepared in a Dutch oven over coals. So as long as you have some nice hot heat and a good cast iron or a nice big fry pan, you can cook these a variety of ways.
And how do you know when it's done? I mean, we're talking hot and fast. Maybe we're talking 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
Well, it kind of depends on how you like your vegetables. If you like them a little crunchy, you're just going to go a couple minutes with those vegetables. If you've got people that don't think they like onions very well, caramelize those onions, cook those 5 to 7 minutes and get them nice and soft, and you may find you have some onion lovers on your hands. The meat, you're going to be slicing this thinly, and remember, if you're working with venison or waterfowl, you do not want to overcook that. So you almost want to serve that a rare to medium rare.
There you go, folks. That's Tiffany Haugen. She's a pro staffer with Camp Chef. You can find out more about her at her website, tiffanyhaugen.com. And you've got some great books that cover this sort of thing too, don't you?
Yes, this very recipe is in my Cooking Big Game. So if you're looking for ways to cook venison, wild boar, or bear, that book is for you.
Don't leave yet. We've got one more local shot of fishing and hunting to wrap up the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio.
Guess who's back? It's Dwayne England, the former co-host of Northwest Wild Country, heard here for years, right here on 950 KJR, and he's with us again to give you some ideas of where to go fishing for steelhead as the new year rolls in. Dwayne, we covered a lot of water last week. Let's narrow it down this week to some specific streams you'd recommend as those rivers start to lower.
You bet, John. Thanks for having me back again. We're right at about the point now these rivers should be on the drop, and it's time to go target some of these winter-run hatchery steelhead. And, of course, at the few rivers we have access to get quite a bit of pressure, so you better bring your patience along with you. But that being said, your standard Wainuchi, hump tulips, and then out towards the coast, Bogoshiel, a couple others that might be a little dicey for the beginner rower, but if you have somebody to go with that you can count on as far as their rowing skills, you got some great options out there towards the coast. Now, these are hatchery fish, and where it's allowable, bait is always a great option, small piece of cured roe. Don't overlook the options of using simply store-bought and tiger prawn cut up into small chunks, because hatchery steelhead absolutely love tiger prawn or shrimp. Bobber dogging has become a big craze that, for one reason, it's extremely effective, and it's a great way to cover water. And don't leave the bobbers and jigs at home, because these early brats definitely will go after a jig suspended under a float, tipped with a little piece of prawn. That's a definite go-to that allows you to cover a lot of water and cover it efficiently.
All right. There's some great advice from Dwayne England on how to catch some of those early winter steelhead out there along the western Washington coast. And Dwayne's got some exciting news that's going to be happening later this year. If you want to follow him and keep up on what's happening in the world of Dwayne England when it comes to fishing and hunting, he's got a YouTube channel. He's also got a Facebook page. Just look for Dwayne, D-U-A-N-E, England, I-N-G-L-I-N. He is dialed into fishing here in the Northwest like few other people I know. Definitely worth following. Thanks, Dwayne.
You bet, John. Take care.
That's all for this week, but don't worry. We'll do it all again next Saturday morning from 7 to 8, right here on Seattle's Sports Radio, 950 KJR.
Backcountry Hunters and Anglers seeks to ensure North America's outdoor heritage of hunting and fishing through education and work on behalf of public lands and waters. Lend your voice to the fight today by visiting backcountryhunters.org or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.